Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the Ideal Runner's Diet webinar. I am so excited to help you reach your goals and to become a better runner each day. My name is Jasmine Nemec, and I'm the running coach at Mommy's Marathon, and I am super passionate about helping women become better, stronger runners and teaching them the vital importance of nutrition, sleep, and all that encompasses being a good runner. Because let's face it, you can't just run to be good at running. It's a whole lifestyle that we have to make, which makes the sport so beautiful. A little bit of background about me is I've been a runner for nearing 10 years now, which is really exciting. However, my running journey has not always been smooth. I began running as a junior in high school and really enjoyed the sport, but I actually really struggled with the sport coming into college. I was running more miles than I'd ever run. I was training harder than I'd ever trained. I thought I was eating pretty healthy. I mean, I definitely was eating my salads every day, but I was gaining a ton of weight. To be exact, I gained 20 pounds coming into running and working harder than I ever had. It just blew my mind. So for a long time, I asked questions, I read online, I joined different groups and really tried to figure out what works for me. What kind of routine is beneficial for runners? What's beneficial for me? And as I asked more and more questions, I realized that I was not the only person struggling with this issue. So my goal is to teach you how to know what to put in your body, when to put it in your body, and that doing those specific things will help to increase your performance as a runner. It will help you to feel better as a person. It will also help to make you leaner as well. So let's jump right in. I have, like I said, tons of notes, and I want to get through as much as I possibly can in the next 20 minutes. So here we go. The two topics I want to start on first are foods that I have chosen to avoid. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer. I am not a registered dietitian. I have simply done a lot of research. I have done a lot of studies based on my own personal performance and on other athletes that I've worked with. And I found that taking or avoiding these two foods are really going to significantly increase the way you feel, your gut health, and will help make you leaner and less bloated. The first one I want to talk to you about is dairy. The trouble with cow's milk is that it causes a lot of inflammation inside of our bodies as a result of the proteins that it contains. So as you know, a lot of people are lactose intolerant, which means that they lack the certain enzyme that helps them to digest this sugar molecule. So if you are unable to digest this, this can lead to a lot of issues in your gut. If a lot of people don't actually know that dairy is a very acidic food. We think acidic is like oranges, but dairy, particularly cow's milk, is very acidic and can actually make our blood very acidic. It can make the acid sit in our kidneys and in our gut, and it is very just plain out unhealthy. When our gut is compromised, it's more likely to also lead to a lot of immune system issues. I don't know if a lot of you have a lot of issues being sick in the winters. I know me personally, I always get really sick in the winter. And this is the first winter that I have actually not been sick. And I attribute it to two things: avoiding gluten and dairy, and to drinking Shakeology every day. My health has skyrocketed. I have more energy than I've ever had. I'm healthier than I've ever been. And it's really, truly been, I think, because of the shift in my diet. Another reason that I really discourage dairy is because I personally think it's kind of weird that we feel the need to drink another animal's milk. I mean, isn't that kind of funny? No other animal does this, and now I do know that that is because no other animal has the ability to, milk another animal, but it's just a little odd. It seems kind of unnatural that we take milk from other animals for ourselves. So kind of chew on that for a little bit and think if that makes sense for you as well. As I said, we need to try to avoid this as much as possible in our diets, and I truly think that it will really help you in the long run. And I mean, when push comes to shove, we are all different. To be honest, there is not one specific diet that works for every type of person. But I would argue that a lot of us have not experimented to really know what works best in our diet. So sure, maybe your body actually has a very efficient way of digesting dairy, but I would argue that 90% of people have a lactose intolerance and don't even realize it. And it's beneficial for you to at least try. go off dairy for 2 weeks and see how it makes you feel. Many of my athletes, I've had them, they've been nervous, like, Jasmine, I love my cheese. I have my yogurt for lunch. What am I going to do? I just said, give it 2 weeks. Just let your body see if it digests this well. And if it does, if you do see a difference, then avoid it. If you truly don't see a difference, then just use it in moderation. Because that's one thing I commonly see is that people, even if they do not have a lactose intolerance, they eat way too much. So awesome. We are going to now head into talking a little bit about gluten. I posted an article on the chat feature for you to check out. When push comes to shove, there is no significant research or evidence to suggest that a gluten-free diet is going to improve your athletic performance, which, as runners, I think that's a really fun motivation that I get to work with. People don't necessarily just want to lose weight. They want to be better runners, which to me is a fun intrinsic motivation. So when push comes to shove, it technically taking out gluten does not improve your performance. However, it is hard to ignore the many testimonials of top-tier athletes, Olympians, pros, and even the athletes in my program that they've had increased energy, decrease in injury, and their performance was overall better when they went gluten-free. Perhaps the best way to explain their experiences is by thinking about what improvements that could have been made due to their diets on the account of these remarkable improvements. Going gluten-free often makes people take a hard look at their own diets, in which really when push comes to shove, that is what's going to change your diet, is really analyzing what you eat and why you eat it and monitoring what you eat. This taking the chance to avoid things like gluten and dairy gives us a chance to weed out the junk and start over again with a diet based around lean meats, proteins, fresh fruits and vegetables, and naturally rich whole grains like quinoa, buckwheat, and hemp, really good things like that. So it's worth noticing that some people who find improvements in their diet might also be experiencing what is known as placebo effect. So in other words, you might feel better going gluten-free because you expected that the diet would naturally make you feel better. This isn't a bad thing. I mean, mind over matter is huge. Running is 90% mental. So if mentally you think in your head that gluten is going to be better to take out and you take it out, it's mentally going to make you better. It's just the beauty of the mind. So if you decide to go gluten-free or not, it's up to you. I have just strongly seen huge drastic improvements in my athletes who have taken away this gluten from their diets. And I mean, even in myself, I have seen so many benefits from avoiding gluten. I feel like I have more energy. I'm happier. I'm running better than I've run in a long time. I'm lighter than I've been since college. I'm actually almost down to my high school weight, which I feel is very healthy for me. And I know a lot of that is because I'm taking time to monitor my diet and really think about the things that I'm putting inside of it. So just to kind of add a couple more details about that. Many foods that are gluten-free are not fortified in B vitamins and iron. So to make sure, if you do decide to go gluten-free, you need to make sure you're getting these from other sources. I know Shakeology is really good about having B vitamins and just making sure you're getting a good quality multivitamin. Again, just because something says gluten-free does not mean that it's healthier. For example, there's things that are like gluten-free crackers, gluten-free cookies, gluten-free pizza. Just because something says gluten-free does not necessarily make it healthier. So I don't suggest that you go to the store and buy everything that's gluten-free. Focus on whole foods, fruits, vegetables, proteins, and getting your carbs from things like quinoa, different kinds of potatoes, and buckwheat. Gluten-free foods might be a little bit more expensive, so it might require you to do a little bit more budgeting. But at the end of the day, if you're choosing not to buy the other junk, you will have room in your budget to buy these better quality foods. Also, if you think you might have a gluten issue, I really encourage you to go get tested for celiac disease. As we've seen lately, there's a lot of people who are being diagnosed gluten intolerant. And I think that's because most of our bodies have an issue with gluten, and we honestly might not even realize it. We've been feeling this way for our whole life, and we don't know what it's like to feel any other way. So I encourage you to go to the doctor if you think, you have a lot of stomach issues, you get diarrhea, bloated, go to the doctor and get tested and see. Or on your own, just take out gluten for 2 weeks and see how it makes you feel. If you do have celiac disease, or you think you do, I strongly recommend that you go to the doctor and get tested, because it does put you at risk for other autoimmune conditions as well as certain cancers. So it's important to get a definitive diagnosis and adhere to a strict gluten-free diet if you do have celiac disease. So wanted to list just a couple snack ideas for you. You're going to see those on that link that I posted, but do you guys want me to put some snack ideas on the notes of the replay? Just go ahead and either give me a thumbs up or type in the comments that you would like to hear that. I have a couple really good recipes on here for a homemade hummus, a Greek quinoa salad, some homemade potato chips that are gluten-free, and would love to send them to you if you want them in the replay. So just let me know in the comments if you'd like that as well. So we kind of talked about avoiding those two foods. Now let's dive into something that I've been a huge fan of, and it is carb cycling for runners. I have talked about this. Awesome, Jen. So glad. I will make sure to post some recipes on that replay for you. Carb cycling is something that I've been doing now for about 3 months, and I've really seen a benefit from it. After having Ellie, I was down to my pre-baby weight, but really felt like I needed to go down about 5 more pounds to get leaner and to perform better as a runner. And since carb cycling, I've been able to take off those 5 pounds. I have tons of energy. I don't need my naps. Normally, every Sunday I take a nap because I'm so exhausted, but I don't feel that I need that anymore. I am happier, and I've truly enjoyed implementing carb cycling into my diet. So what is carb cycling? This kind of seems like a fancy word. The basis of it is carb cycling is just knowing what kinds of food to put in your body at the right time. So if you are having, a hard workout, you want to know what foods you need to fuel your workout and to help your body to restore, things like that. So I'm going to talk about 2 of the carb cycle days. Again, there's a lot of different days, and I don't recommend that you just jump in and try to figure out a plan, because it can make you gain weight if you don't do it the right way. If you are needing a good carb cycling plan, I have a VIP running academy that I would love for you to be a part of. I put all my girls on a carb cycling plan, and I have them pair their workouts with the ideal nutrition. They have lots of daily feedback from me every day in our group. I'm posting what day it is, how they should be eating, the calories they should have, and whatnot. It's been very beneficial for them. So you need to find some type of support and coach that's going to help you through this, because again, I don't want to see you gain weight, because it can happen if you don't do it the right way. So let's talk about 2 of those days. I first want to talk to you about a high carb day. This is also known as a feast day in the book, The All Day Fat Burning Diet by Yuri Alcom. He is it's a great book. I recommend that you read it. I buy it for the girls who are in my group, because I am so passionate about the why behind the what. I don't want to just have my athletes do things. I want them to know why they're doing it, so they can make educated decisions and inform people for the future and know what to put in their body. So for me, when I am doing my high carb day, I actually consume over 3,000 calories. It's pretty awesome. I am eating all day long. I am happy because I love food, and I work hard. My high carb days are either my long run days or my workout days, which right now I'm in the midst of 400 repeats, getting ready for a 5K in a couple weeks. So that's pretty awesome. So it's important that my body has to refuel with carbs. I am pushing it to limits that it's not used to, and it needs to be replenished properly. So a sample high carb day for me looks kind of like this. For breakfast, I typically do veggie potato eggs. So I cut up a whole potato. I get vegetables that are high in carbs, and I just throw them in the skillet with my eggs. I cook that up, eat it. For breakfast, I normally have for lunch Shakeology with a banana. Shakeology is a superfood meal replacement shake. It is amazing. It has made my immune system go like crazy healthy. It's awesome. But I have that mixed in with a banana, which is really high in carbs. It fuels me. It has just made such a difference in my health and has really helped fuel my workouts to help me train hard and still breastfeed my daughter. So I'm like obsessed with Shakeology. If you want to know more about it or get some samples, you can email me after this and let me know if you want samples. I can get a good sample pack for you for $35. I'm also doing a promotion right now for my email subscribers tomorrow. They get a $10 Target gift card if they choose to buy a bulk bag of Shakeology on Home Direct. So I really recommend you give it a try. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and it's like, what do you have to lose? It's super good for you, and it's awesome. So definitely recommend Shakeology. That is my favorite lunch, aside from a huge salad with some quinoa. My favorite snack on feast day, which the fun part is feast day is a great day to have some healthy desserts, is a oat protein power ball. So I take 2 bananas, 2 cups of oats, some honey, some chocolate chips, some nut butter, a little bit of cinnamon. I also do coconut and what else do I do? Sunflower seeds. You can do dates. Like literally just load this up with everything and mash it all together and roll them into balls and put them in the refrigerator. And I snack on those all day long. The chocolate just, is so good. They're a really simple snack. It literally takes me 10 minutes to make, and I just snack on them all day whenever I'm feeling hungry. For dinner, my favorite dinner on high carb day is quinoa chili, which I posted in the link this morning for you. You got to check out that recipe. It's super good. I think in my recipe though, I didn't include quinoa. I don't remember. I've more recently started putting quinoa in my chili to get more carbs. So basically it's a chili where you just throw in every possible superfood. Sweet potatoes, I do kale, I do quinoa, every type of vegetable, tomatoes, peppers, onions, mushrooms, literally everything in the fridge, throw it in your chili, and it is amazing. It is so good. So give that a try. That is what a high carb day looks like for me. I normally get a good lift in and I have a hard workout, and my body feels fueled and ready to go. And the next day I follow it with a fast, which I will hopefully get to soon here. I want to address the low carb day for you as well, because this is the one that typically is the struggle for a lot of my athletes, because it's easy to consume carbs. They're everywhere, and it's easy to consume bad carbs. And I want to definitely make sure that you avoid that and to know what it looks like to have a low carb day, because it's been proven that implementing a low carb diet can help you lose weight. But a low carb diet over a long period of time can have reverse negative effects on your body. So that's why carb cycling is so nice, because you're kind of changing up on your body or throwing at all this different stuff, and it actually kind of jumpstarts your metabolism to help you burn fat. So on low carb day, for me, that is when I'm doing an easy run with some strides or sprints. So I'm keeping the heart rate low, except for a small portion, I'm doing some high intensity, and that is helping me to really burn fat and deplete my glycogen. On a low carb day, you should eat less than 50 grams of net carbs, which is your carbs minus your fiber. You need to make sure you're avoiding starchy carbs like fruit, vegetables, and grains. You need to eat protein at every one of your meals. You need to eat fit fats for energy like nuts and avocado. You should eat lots and lots of leafy vegetables, and you should eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. There's lots and lots of veggies you can have unlimited amounts of, like kale, Swiss chard, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, mushrooms, bean sprouts, cucumber, tomato, zucchini, eggplant, tons that you can just not even have to think about because they're so low calorie and so low carb and so good for you. So make this massive salad on low carb day and put some protein, some chicken, tuna on it, and it will fill you up. It's going to take a little more work on your part, but you are going to feel so energized when you're fueling your body with this good food. You want to make sure you're limiting the following foods to give you a visual serving size. 1 cupped handful. Again, limit this food. You should only have about this much, your hand, of nuts and seeds or even avocado. As I mentioned, avocado is really good to have, but you don't want to have tons and tons of it on low carb day, just because the high fat amount can be really hard on our stomach. And on on low carb day, we are more likely to kind of feel hungry. So we want to make sure we're not fueling with a lot of fat. Some fat is good, just not a ton. And to really have the focus be protein so we can restore our muscles and get strong. So some things that you want to really avoid on low carb day are root vegetables, things like carrots, peas, corn, fruit juices, dairy, gluten, and even those healthy carbs like quinoa, buckwheat, and brown rice. Those are appropriate on the right day. And like I said, those are very healthy foods, but they just need to be saved for your high carb day. So again, we want to make sure that these are on a low carb day, since those ones will easily put us over 50 grams of net carbs. So just stay away from them. They're not unhealthy, those last ones I listed, besides, the dairy and wheat, but they're just going to make us go over on our carbs. Again, the goal on low carb day is to deplete the glycogen, to teach our body to burn fat as opposed to carbs, and to help us to lose weight and get leaner. So awesome. I want to lastly address a little bit with the last time we had that intermittent fasting piece, because this can be something, at least at first when I was researching it, that is a little odd. It doesn't seem to go well with running. How can a runner fast? We literally have to work out all the time. Well, maybe you work out too much. As a runner, I love working with runners because they are the most motivated people on the planet. I literally never have to tell my athletes to get their workouts in. That's never an issue. And a lot of times that pro can be their biggest weakness. They do not know how to stop. We think the more we work, the harder we run, the more intense we go, the faster it's going to make me for my race. Well, when we are working really, really hard to get our bodies faster, the most important part is that our bodies can heal so that they can get stronger. So think of your muscles. When you do a hard workout and you lift, they're broken down. They're kind of think of just like a piece of paper ripped all over. That's what your muscles are like. They've got lactate in them. They're broken down. They need to heal. And if you go out the next day and you do a hard run, or you are running at a pace that you think is easy, but is actually not according to your heart rate, if you are going hard and lifting again the next day, your body is not going to restore, and you are not going to be able to run fast at your race. So it is important at least once a week, sometimes even twice, to either take the day off or take an active recovery day, which is some yoga, walking, some low cardio exercise like biking, things like that. And on those days, it is perfect for you to do some fasting or intermittent fasting. So depending on your goals, if you need to burn fat, it is very beneficial for you to do a 24-hour fast, which means from dinner to dinner, you only have herbal teas and water. And that gives your body a chance to really dig into those fat storages and start burning fat. But more importantly, and the thing that I think is actually better about intermittent fasting is, aside from just burning the fat, it gives your body one less thing to think about, and it allows it to heal. It has been proven that intermittent fasting helps your immune system. It helps to heal your muscles and repair your cells. And it actually also helps to balance your hormones. Think about it. You as a person, I see a lot of moms on here, you like to be busy. And that's a good thing, but sometimes it can be a bad thing. We just throw a lot of things on our plate and we can feel very overwhelmed. Think of how you feel when, let's say, your husband takes one of those things off your plate. He says, "Here, honey, I will give the kids a bath tonight," or "Here, I'll clean up after dinner." Doesn't it feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders? Think about how that feels for you internally. When your body has one less thing to think about, it is then able to deal with all the other little tasks that it has to do, like healing, strengthening your immune system, and whatnot. So if you are trying to burn fat and get leaner, it is beneficial to do a 24-hour fast. However, thank you for that. Yes, that was hopefully a helpful analogy for you, Jen. But if you are, for example, my husband is very lean. My husband is a great athlete. He does not need to lose weight and burn fat. But it is still beneficial for him to give his body time to heal, to help balance his hormones, and to build his immune system. So an intermittent fast is actually very beneficial for him. So what he does, which we both participated in yesterday, from dinner to lunch, he did not eat. So essentially he skipped breakfast. He drank tons of water and tea. And then he had all of his regular calories just in a smaller window, which means I packed him a very big lunch. He had some really good snacks, and he had a very big dinner last night. So this is great to give our bodies kind of a smaller chunk of window to have time to take care of that insulin spike and to help reap the benefits of that as well. So again, I don't want to see you just kind of jump in and say, "Oh, well, I took notes and I think I'm ready to go." Really research this. This is not something that you do half-heartedly or something that you just try to figure out on your own. You either need to find a coach, find a book, or you need to join a community that's going to help you do this. I am currently starting a next round of VIP Running Academy next month. We currently have 12 athletes in the program, which is awesome. I love my athletes. I love the progress that they've made, and they have seriously loved being in the program. I think a huge part of our journeys as people is surrounding ourselves with good community and educating ourselves with sound sound science-based research. And as a coach, that's something I'm very passionate about. I don't want to just throw fad diets at you and make you think that certain things are healthy or certain things are not. I really take a lot of time to research, to test things myself, to test on particular athletes who are facing different struggles, and to really pair them with something that is not only going to make them lose weight and feel confident in their skin, but is going to be something that they actually enjoy doing and that they enjoy being a part of the community. So I currently have 3 spots left in VIP Running Academy. In VIP Running Academy, you're going to get personalized training plans. You're going to get some goal planning with me. You're going to get a Final Surge account, which is where I upload all of your workouts. They get sent to your email or text every day, so you know exactly what to do. And on that dashboard, I'm actually allowed to see the data of your runs, your paces, your heart rate, and it's able for me to be data-driven as a coach and to help you to be faster. I also provide my athletes with dynamic warm-ups. I don't know if you saw my video on Facebook yesterday, but that's one of the great warm-ups I give to my athletes. I have really great strength training workouts. These are not created by me. They are created by some of the most well-known coaches, run coaches in the industry. They are science-based and been tested over and over again. And I have tons of video trainings, PDFs for you to know exactly what you need to be doing to get strong. As runners, we cannot take a traditional approach. We cannot simply buy a DVD program from the store or online and use that as our program. It will not reap the best benefits for our body and can actually make us injured or not properly prepared for our race. So I have specific running strength exercises for you, which also include tons of injury prevention exercises. I was just talking to Jen on here earlier before we logged on about her IT band issues, and a lot of our issues are actually stemmed from having weak hips. As runners, that is the primary muscle that we are using over and over again. And if we do not take time to isolate and specifically strengthen those muscles, we are not going to get stronger, and we're going to have a lot of injuries. So I provide all of my athletes with that. I was talking to Jen on the call earlier about the Myrtle routine, which you can find on Facebook. That's kind of like a base. I'm sorry, it's not on Facebook. It's on YouTube. You can YouTube it. That's a very basic routine that you can do. From there, if you're needing a more advanced routine and are looking to really strengthen your hips, I have some advanced routines that I give for my athletes as well. So along with those strength training workouts, I also have injury prevention workshop for, I have it for stress fractures, shin splints, for runner's knee, IT issues, all of those I have in a portal that I share with my athletes if they're struggling with injury and to help them to get better. I also give them stretching routines, race day warm-up, and race plans. We also have a really awesome private running community. We have trainings every day, and we have really fun prizes. Our next month, we are focusing on strength, which I'm super excited about. This month, we focus on nutrition, and one of my athletes is about to win a new pair of running shoes, and we're going to have another challenge next month. We're going to have a really high focus on pull-ups and chin-ups and plyometric exercises, which are going to isolate each of our legs to make us stronger, and it is going to be awesome. So if you have considered joining my running academy, I strongly encourage that you join this round now. I am going to increase my prices March 1st. So each program is going to go up about $100 per month just because of the demand that I've had and the time width that I have, and it just helps me best to serve my athletes better. One thing that I'm passionate about with my athletes is reinvesting back into them. Normally half the money that I make during the month, I am putting back into them for prizes, buying them books, buying better programs to better educate them. I'm super passionate about me being as developed professionally as I can be so I can help my athletes. So all exercises, yes, they all can be done from home. I do not have a gym membership. I do everything from home. The one thing I encourage my athletes to get is a tether band, which is almost like a big rubber band. It costs about $5 at Target. And if you do need weights, I just say use a small child or a milk jug. That will be fine for most any of the exercises I have for my athletes. They can also buy weights if they choose to, but they do not have to. I want this to be as low cost as possible for them, and I definitely help them modify to know exactly what they need. So great question. All can be done at home as well. So do you ladies have any other questions that I can answer for you? I am going to post the link to Running Academy. Like I said, I will be increasing prices next month just because I have a lot of things on the margin that I want to be purchasing for my programs and to be helping my girls with. And we have lots of awesome prizes that we can be winning throughout the month. And I'm really passionate about that strength piece for the next month. So I'm hoping to really get my girls strong, and I would love for you to join the community. We've had so many awesome testimonials of girls who, even after a month, have lost 5 pounds. And I think for me, the bigger victory than the weight is I have seen their diets improve. They're happier. The community is great that we're in. Those 12 girls are commenting and encouraging each other. They're answering each other's questions, and they're just so invested in each other, and it's really great to be a part of. As a coach, that to me is more important than, you know, a race PR, is just knowing that those women have that community and are there to build each other up and to strengthen each other, and it has really been an awesome experience. So if you've ever considered VIP Running Academy, I strongly encourage that you join now. We would love to have you. I have some other really awesome people in there who are helping to make the group run smoothly, answer questions, who post really awesome truth trainings. One of my awesome assistants, Abby, every Thursday does a Truth Thursday post. Abby actually had really struggled with weight gain through college as well. She had gained 30 pounds, and she shares tips every Thursday on how she has overcome that. She's back down to her weight. She's training harder than she's ever trained. She's one of my favorite athletes to train because she just does like everything I tell her, and she's gotten like super fast. It's awesome. So she is an amazing athlete, and she just shares truth and is honest about her journey. I love her because she's got that tough love approach, and she just is awesome. I also have recently recruited another helper. Her name is Casey. She is actually my sister and great friend. She is going to be posting every Tuesday about different recipes that are healthy, nutritious, follow our meal plan, and to help energize us. She is an engineer at heart, though she is home with her baby. She does some engineering from home as well, and she truly is gifted at creating food. You might have seen her on my blog recently. She is wonderful, and she's going to be helping out a lot in our group too. So I hope that you consider joining it, and I hope that you found this webinar helpful today. Again, all this information that I posted, give certain things a try. Try cutting out gluten for 2 weeks. Try cutting out dairy for 2 weeks and see how it makes you feel. The girls in my program who have done that have seen huge strides in their health. The girls who participated in fasting have really been happier, healthier, and stronger runners. And I strongly encourage that you find community to help you to, you know, get stronger and better as a runner, or to join VIP Run Academy. We'd love to have you. We have a great time. We have awesome prizes, and my goal is to make you a better person through this program. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love talking to you all today.